Hey guys, I'm just going to do a little vlog here, kind of like a hidden Holler Homestead thing, which I used to do those vlogs and a lot of you guys liked them, I think. I've got a whole lot of fencing to do for that. But what I'm working on right now is a few things. We've got this is where I do a lot of my videos, as you may know. And I've got a bunch of stumps that I'm going to be working on. That one's basically no work, of course, as you can tell. Some of the ones I pulled out today were certainly work. So not only am I working on a bit of a road system on the property, there's a road there, and that's basically the end of my 100-yard shooting berm. Not only am I working on a road here for a pit bike course, which I will do some videos about that. I've already had some requests to do videos on that. I know that when I do those videos, I'll get complaints because it's a little off topic. Oh well. But anyways, a little bit of a pit bike course. I'm really excited. You may remember this was my mountain bike course from about 5 years ago, and you'd come down this way. You'd go up there, you'd jump off of that cliff, and then you'd hit that tabletop jump there. And my brother would catch some really sick air. This was a really fun little course. We're gonna do this on pit bikes. Anyways, not only am I doing that, but right now the plan is for the next investment to be towards kind of Airbnb. So the idea now is, as we can afford down payments, to start purchasing campers and to set up not only our own campers on the property for Airbnb, but also to have primitive spots that are set up and nice for like hip camp for normal campers to rent. And then maybe, as time goes on, more camping sites that are a little bit more set up with roads for people to bring their own campers. This is going to be a whole big learning process. But I'm trying to diversify, and diversify the income, diversify the investments. I'm not really interested in untangible assets. So I want to own things that are actively going to be able to make me money. The little Chinese excavator, I need to do an update on that. I'm sure we're at about 100 hours, and basically everything except for the hydraulics and the motor has failed. But you know what? I'm just going to keep AMSOIL in it, both for the hydraulic fluid and the motor fluid and the Briggs & Stratton. And I don't care if everything else fails, really. Here you can see I pulled out some much larger stumps, and I still have some much larger stumps to pull out. I probably need to invest in a stump grinder. Honestly, it's probably way too much work to be yoinking these with the excavator. Oh, here's some of these stumps here. Also, if you remember when I did a video with my brother reviewing the Council Tool 24-inch pack axe, we built a cedar bridge down there, and it's been in a state of dilapidation for a long time now, so I finally pulled the main supports of that out. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to excavate this whole, what I call the upper creek, out all the way down to rock bottom. And then I'm thinking about putting pretty cliff walls, like stacked rock and concrete or something, so it stays relatively clean, and a dam at the bottom. And if and or when I can do that, I will do a nicer bridge, and maybe I'll do it bushcrafty, maybe I won't. What I really need to get in here to level a lot of this, especially in spots where I'm intending full-size campers to be, is a dozer. Having small equipment that's affordable is really, really handy until it isn't. All these projects that you wanted to do, you can do them now, and you're like, that's great. And then you're like, I can do something bigger. And then you're like, oh, I need bigger equipment if I'm going to do something bigger. I really should probably just hire somebody with a bulldozer. And I think with my experience of having a bulldozer on my property, actually this spring, I think I could get a bulldozer in here, and I'd basically be paying them to show up, unload, and load back up. I think it would take them 5 to 10 minutes, which that is valuable, by the way. People are like, oh, I only did five minutes of work and it cost $700. Okay, but they're the ones making payments on $2 million worth of equipment and having that overhead, all of that insurance, paying, matching the taxes for employees, paying unemployment insurance, etc., 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 etc. They've got to freaking make money, whether it's 5 minutes or 5 hours. Anyways, business. People complaining about business can irritate me, and I shouldn't let them. Oh, exciting thing. Do you see that cedar tree right there? I'm going to limb that all the way up, and then about 20 plus feet up, I think I'm going to put, when I say all the way up, I mean all the way up to the greenery. About 20 plus feet up, I want to put a bat house that can hold 100 to 200 bats. And I'm thinking of wrapping somewhere in between the tree, wrapping it in metal with 2 screws and 2 hose clamps. And the metal will be overlapping, so as the tree grows, I can loosen the hose clamps and the metal will expand with the tree. But the idea is so that predators can't get up it. And then, so I'm thinking of having a main bat house here, because the mosquito problems, if you saw my Spartan mosquito trap killer whatever tubes, they don't work. They're absolute crap. I followed their directions perfectly, bought a bunch of them. They're really expensive. They did nothing but killing mosquitoes for no reason. That's mosquitoes going to waste. Let's feed something else. I think the bats are the answer here. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a massive bat house here. Up there, I think I'll do a smaller bat house. And then on the opposite side of the property, probably 300 or 400 yards that way, do another smaller bat house. Maybe I'll even do more after that. Because bats are a really cool thing to have around, especially for the people who are potentially renting the camper. Another thing is I have dove around here, and I want to eat them, but I don't have that many. Doves have like a 80% fatality rate with their nests because they're so ridiculously lazy. It's ridiculous. And so if you build specific dove housing, you can have your population skyrocket. If you don't have, oh, there's a little cardinal right there. Just beautiful. We have so many cardinals on the property. It's insane how many we have. Anyways, we have massive hawks though. Huge hawks, tons of them every year. Whole families, nests with babies everywhere. Tons of hawks, which I think is a problem for my rabbit population either, because I'd like to be eating my rabbits and my squirrels too, but I don't feel like I have enough of them to feel good about munching on them. Anyways, that's kind of what's going on, guys. I was talking about the range. That's the end of the range there. I need to be doing more shooting here. Today I've got 2 more good-sized trees to drop, and I probably won't even limb and buck those. I might only limb and section them. But then I've got to go chop up some cedar. This is alumni weekend in Camden, Tennessee at Tactical Response. I'll be teaching some fire classes there. So I want to bring stuff because I don't have a whole lot of time with students. I want to bring enough stuff to make sure everybody leaves having made a fire and learned a lot. So to do that, I can bring my own wood. We'll do some stuff. So that's my little vlog update, guys. Sometimes when I'm not on top of YouTube videos, I'm doing stuff like this. Another thing that I just noticed that I should mention, this property was vacant for I think 5 years before we bought it. And then before that it was owned by some crackheads. And a ways before that it was owned by some good folks. And a ways before that the house burnt down. We've got decades of trash here too. So I've got to be careful when I'm cutting down trees or anything else, because there's wire everywhere. So I've been yanking out a whole bunch of fencing, ancient fencing and wire. And that's a whole thing as well. Mini X is really nice for that. Also down there, there's about probably 400 plus, 500 plus, 600 plus square feet. More than that. There's probably thousands of square feet of trash that they halfway burnt in the creek bed here. I don't get it. But I want to pull all of it out. Every little bit of it. But it's been sitting there, a lot of it I think, for at least 50 if not 70 years. I pulled some weird stuff out of there, some really vintage stuff, but it's all grown up around and covered in dirt. It's probably 8 to 10 feet deep, probably 50 feet wide, probably 20 feet long. Just a massive amount of filth of all sorts, and I want it all gone. And I haven't really cracked the code on how I'm gonna make that happen yet. So I guess that's all of my little updately date. I'm sure somebody will complain about clickbait or something, but if you've made it this far, I don't know what to tell you. If you didn't want to watch this and you made it this far, I don't know what to tell you. So thanks for watching. Let me know in the comment section below. I have a few Exodus knife and tool knives left on the website. I think mostly just hidden woodsman, jackalopes, and some Americana adventure crafts. So I don't do wood boxes anymore. I did an update about that. I thought I had wiped it clear off of the website. I did not. On one of my listings that I hadn't updated because it wasn't visible because it was sold out, that I reused. Later when I got stock, still comes in a wood box, and I felt pretty bad about that. So no more wood boxes. August is, Lord willing, the month, finally, of high carbon steel Exodus knife and tool knives, adventure crafts, jackalopes, and the mutant. I'm done rambling. Have a blessed day.